consequences that we foresee. So no matter what, even if they are going to kill us, they should kill us and then take the land.
Me and my brothers and those who love the town, we are fighting. Even, I will say again, if they will kill us one by one, we shall fight until they stop what they want to do.
Abishia me mobibia majo eba eye why you think dwumadi so na matoto asere se ne abribia meka no se woni ashika se fidie so na enene eda edikan ya woni aboye so a na obomoni so be subscribe eye why you think media no ade amaye na fi womia eye like button so na mepese obeka mo na yenkohwe eye video ya etwagui na bombo dina se wo so ode wo comment ode be fa eye comment section ho na wade aba yentwe homla.
But I was not expecting it in this way. You can see that at some place, even how they call the boat can only pass only one side. All those places have been seized up because of the washing of the area of the Galamsey. So imagine if there are some fish. So in fact, I'm very worried about what I've seen today.
At Sangoma or Ankobra town, the Ankobra joins the sea, polluting it with the venom of irresponsible mining. Samples fetched from the Ankobra close to the estuary this year tested positive for high levels of some poisonous heavy metals. Arsenic 0.221 milligrams per liter, lead 0.119 milligrams per liter, and chromium 0.293. The accepted WHO and Ghana standard levels are between 0.010 and 0.050 milligrams per liter. Fishermen at the estuary show us fishes they used to catch at the estuary. These days, they say, they've moved farther away to sea.
This is small. We have some type of fish. Their name, one is captain. Normally people call it captain fish. Some of the captain fish can be even bigger than me. Look at my size and look at my brother's size.
But why are you not catching that size anymore?
We are not catching them because of the Galamsey. So the river water is being polluted by the chemicals that they are using at the top there. You know what? The big fish normally come down from the deep sea with the aim of drinking some of the river water. But here is the case that the river water is now combined with the chemicals, the one that they are using for the Galamsey. You see, as a woman being, one wrong chemical enter your mouth, you don't feel happy. The same thing applies to the fish because they also breathe in and breathe out. When something wrong enter into them, they feel it. So when they come and they see that whatever they have tasted in the river water doesn't sweet well to them, they have to go back and they will go deep so they will not come down.
The Pra River flows like a plague, polluting the sea with the venom of illegal mining.
I am sitting in the middle of two great water bodies. To my left is the sea, and to my right is the river Ankobra. Behind me is the estuary. This is where the two meet. Even close to the sea, you can see the color of the sea from this point right up there, as far as the drone can see, turning yellow in the color of the Ankobra. Until we see a high tide, which they say is 2 hours away, which will wash the sea green water over the Ankobra. The situation is a highly polluted Ankobra, which is now polluting the sea.
From the Anglo Beach to Shamar in the western region, the pollution can be seen miles running into the sea. The suspended particles, poisonous heavy metals from irresponsible mining on the Pra feeds into marine life at the Anglo Beach. The farther the pollution goes, it drives marine life away from the poison and the pollution. This phenomena has put many of the people at Anglo Beach out of jobs. Samuel Aivi and his colleagues say their small fishing boats can no longer reach the fishes where the pollution has driven them to. Because of the pollution from the pra, the fishes have moved farther up into the sea. So unless you have a big boat, you cannot get the fish from the sea. Our boats can't sail that far. We don't have mechanized boats. We use canoes and we have to paddle. To get fish, we will need outboard motors and fuel, which comes with cost. Their source of livelihood is gone. So is the pra, which used to be their source of drinking water. We used to drink the pra. Previously, you could swim in it. Came out salty and useless. They now purchase sachet water from the city. Tests conducted on water samples from the pra and Ankobra in 2022 by the Environmental Chemistry Division of the Water Research Institute, CSIR, found disturbing levels of mercury, lead, arsenic, and cyanide. Our samples from the two rivers in 2023 tested positive for high levels of arsenic, chromium, and lead. On our rounds, one common method of water pollution stood out. The use of champagne machines. They are improvised motors mounted on a raft. They are used to draw sediments from riverbeds and through an alluvial process wash directly into the water sources to get gold. These alluvial miners from the Volta region have pitched camp on the Ofin.
My name na them no reach. That's my nickname. My real name is Righteous or Uche Akatuku. So I don't completed school 2020 for Volta region Soga Copper.
They justify their illegality.
We spoil the land. We spoil the land and the water. This work is no work for us to do. But I complete the SS. My certificate, everything is better. I go SS. But because of my family, they don't have money to take care of me in the school. I'll be back to do this work to get some small money to go back to continue my school.
Though they understand the negative effects of their activity on the river, they limit it to survival.
This is not how the image of the water day. So some people, they used to drink the water. But as we are working, the water spoil. So they cannot drink the water again. We feel sad, but no work for Ghana here. We no get any work. So now they make us fit with the water. So when we do them, then we go get money. Even our president cries say they should not do the work, but because of there is no work inside the Ghana, that's why we enter it small. So sometimes we beg say they for look for job. Right now, if you get another job, I will leave this one and you go and do that job.
On the Tano River, those who pollute it see nothing wrong with the practice. Some of them ignorantly drink from the polluted water source. They believe polluting and drinking from the same polluted source will give them the blessings of the river to get gold.
It doesn't cost anything to me to yet. Let me say something like that.
Yet, meaning you think it will do something to you later?
I don't know. Even the normal one we drink at home too, or sometimes it affects us, we run. But this one, we don't have any experience about it. Just like that.
How long have you been drinking this?
Since we started working. That was 2008 to 2009.
Sometimes we ourselves, when we come here, we find it difficult to get water to drink because this water has been contaminated. But I drink it like that. We know
the water is not safe for drinking, but we don't have any alternative in the bush. So that is what we use.
Tests conducted on the polluted tunnel from where they drank showed positive results for high levels of lead, arsenic, and chromium. The contamination goes into soil sediments, while smelting of mercury gold amalgams fill the air with poisonous vaporized mercury. Residents of Atrebwanda in the Wasa East district of the Western region live and work by the Pra River. But this major natural resource is now a white elephant. It kills their crops when they use it for farming. They cannot drink it and cannot use it for daily chores. Few, like this woman, who can afford a chunk of aluminium sulfate, locally called alum, use it to separate the suspended particles and use the water to wash utensils. But she understands the dangers involved in using the cleared water for cooking or other uses.
This was our main source of water. We are very worried that we now have to buy alum to clear it before we use it for other purposes. We live by this major water source, but we can't use it for anything. It's sad.
Some, like this visually impaired basket weaver, still make traps for catching sessile or lobsters from the polluted river. They have no idea of the health effects of eating any catch from the polluted source.
There used to be fishes in the river, but they died with the galamsey pollution. We used to get catfish and other fishes, but they are all gone. But now we get lobsters from the river. We consume some and we sell the rest.
If an audit was done today, we should be able to account for each forest entry permit which has been issued.
The Minister for Lands, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo, admits the country faces adverse effects of mining across the country. He speaks of government's plan to reduce the effect of mining across the country.
Fundamentally, I can confidently say that the measures we put in place, by and large, is sanitize the issue of forest entry permits and activities happening in our forest reserves, which is reasonably cordon off our forest reserves, cordon off the forest reserves of our country. There's a lot more to be done, which we intend to do, and we are getting on with it. The leadership of the Forestry Commission are making all this strenuous efforts to keep cordoning off the forest reserves of our country. But I want to conclude my answer to the question you've asked by saying that we also have a role to play. We also have a role to play. I mean, law enforcement agencies at a very local level do have a role to play. Traditional authorities have a role to play. Political leadership actors, both executive political leaders, DCEs, elected political leaders, assembly people, and various leadership of political parties, NDC, all of us, we have a role to play. To be able to deal with this matter, I consider as a national matter and not a partisan sectorial issue.
But in some communities, resistance is building. Atronsu is a small farming community in the Bibiani Anyaso Bekwai municipality. It is home to this beautiful forest and its serene water source, the Atronsu stream.
Perhaps this is one of the most cleanest water sources flowing through a very green, serene forest on my trail across Ghana. This is so clean, you can drink it. And this is the lifeblood of the farmers, the cocoa farms, pepper growing farms, other farms across this community.
Series of attempts have been made to give this land out for community mining schemes, but the community says no. 80-year-old Georgina Awotri and others want any form of mining to be resisted.
Did you say you were bringing community mining here? These young ones are the reason we live and work. The mining will bring teenage pregnancy and truancy. The children will not go to school. Look at the devastation caused by mining on the Dunkwa Road. Look at how the buildings have been affected. Look at the polluted water bodies. Children are drowning in pits. We are saying we don't want any community mining. Give us better jobs, not mining. If the government wants peace, they should reconsider the decision to bring mining here. We don't want it.
Patrick Jaffet Danso, a farmer, and some residents are in court fighting to prevent the destruction of this green ecosystem.
If it is community mining, at least it is the community members who are to engage in it. But here is the case, they said two companies, Gido Mining Company, Aramzad Company, they are from somewhere that we don't know. The address can be found in Kumasi. So how come it is community mining? Now, the case is at the High Court. So until what we are seeking for, we want injunction to be placed on this community mining because we are not ready because of the consequences that we foresee. So no matter what, even if they are going to kill us, they should kill us and then take the land.
Me and my brothers and those who love the town, we are fighting. Even, I will say again, if they will kill us one by one, we shall fight until they stop what they want to do.
On the road to villages close to Samraboy, we found yet another clean water source, the River Bissau. Rushing beautifully over rocks and shrubs, perhaps one of the few water sources that still maintains its sanctity.
Now you can see how clean it is. Very clean. And it is giving fertility to the soil around. And when you look at how things grown around are growing very green, it tells you the importance of this river and how clean it is. The farmers are telling me that this provides quality fish and it provides quality life to the soil around here, giving them the opportunity to benefit from nature.
Whilst downstream of the Ofin River has been allowed to deteriorate into a muddy pool, authorities have managed to keep its upstream clean, filling the Barakesa Dam with water to serve the rest of Kumasi.
This is the Ofin River. In fact, 5 tributaries, 5 streams join the Ofin River at this intake point of the Barakesa Reservoir. Now, it is looking this clean because it has been managed very well. This is the upstream of the Ofin River. Downstream, where illegal mining activities are polluting the river, you're having turbidity levels of above 1,500. But here, we're talking about 25 and 30 NTU, which is within the normal levels for treatment to be pumped into homes across Kumasi. Now we are pumping about 20 million gallons a day from this station. This is a critical point and it should be protected. And that is why any form of mining is prohibited along this area and beyond.
Perhaps These are indicators of a strong will to protect the environment that could be replicated across the country to protect natural resources. Across Ghana, rivers, streams, lands, food, and air are being poisoned for gold. Perhaps there may be no time to act tomorrow.
Abusia besa mo akwa babiem se wa hwe video na wi na wa wo hwe pempen so a oman Ghana yedi yensu edu a na ekame akoba ne se yan sori waka na yanje oman na nsi hɔ a daachi se bi insu a ye chirimafo no banum kura no ebe yedin mesre so we mi alive battery so amaye no wa support eye dwumadie na yinsi enyoma biara a ebetimi de ohawo de oyene abro my Ghana afi so election yakopon yadoma wo chena yede hihya so mesre menwano mebebunu no Ghana fo titiri moma ye nia yemfa waka ne enkoto aba no fefefe na o my Ghana so intumi emfa ne tempe fra afi yede ani bedi akiri na de be pie firi mu bia no so no yede beba besom ye wo hira o so ye o musa bye bye.
Welcome to YAE YouTube channel. Positivity only. YAE. Adunya miye YAE. Metumia soria YAE. Techemada bodie mu YAE. YAE Oma tati ebiania Ofresu koko tuma Oma eni ebediana YAE